Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today, I want to honor Wayne Dyer's birthday that's coming up tomorrow, May 10th. And I want to discuss unlocking inner peace. That is what Wayne represents through the energy of St. Francis. And as we know, with the world today, we could all use a little more peace, all use a little more direction, all use a sense of calmness, right? Let me know where you're tuning in from, where you might be, if you're experiencing peace, or if you're experiencing something going on in your life that feels chaotic. On my little love and action journey that I have started, I have been finding more and more stillness in the chaos. And this, me showing up here was not planned. It was an inspired action to share with you a message that came into me yesterday that prompted me in my transition to show up and share in a new, better, broader way, because I've been asking to serve. How can I serve using my highest gifts? And how can I help more people? And most importantly, how can I help people achieve more of a sense of calmness, stillness, oneness, connection, alignment, and love, right? And just so you know, I'm wearing this shirt in honor of Wayne Dyer as well, because this is one of his types of shirts that a friend gave me, that he had a line of shirts that had, peace, love, joy, things like that on it. But again, I want to talk to you about unlocking inner peace within yourself. So what is, out of curiosity, and if you're just tuning in, be sure to leave me a comment, as I said, of where you're tuning in from. But also, even if it's in the future, let me know where you're tuning in from. But not just that, let me know what might be blocking you or preventing you from aligning with your sense of inner peace. So I want to talk just a little bit about some of the things, that reasons why maybe we get out of alignment, right? Out of alignment with our sense of peace, our joy. And a lot of these things are coming from unconscious barriers. One of the things, we've all done a lot of work. I know I have. And in the work, I've been merging and integrating, embodying the highest version of me. And to do that requires also facing a few things that have been barriers in the past, or limitations or blocks. And so today I actually decided, this came to me out of nowhere, to release something that that I've been thinking about. How can I release and help and serve more? But I didn't know exactly how to bring more healing to the earth, how to bring more peace to the world, and how to show up and serve in a better way. So over the last day and a half, I'll tell you kind of what came through. But one of the things that prompted it all for me was, hitting these unconscious barriers that maybe have been preventing me from moving forward. That's been preventing me from having the clarity that I wanted, or what do I need to do to know that this is my direction, right? To know this is my highest direction, because we all have goals, we all have dreams, and we have compassion, and we want to show up and heal. But it can be very confusing on what is the highest timeline here for me. What is it? Where should I put my energy? Where should I share my gifts, right? So I have a neighbor that's here in Kansas City where I'm at, and her husband is a chiropractor, and we're actually sharing like the same yard, but they're the house, I'm in the carriage house. And she's going through immunodeficiency, having had a bone marrow grafting. And I felt prompted and guided before I even knew this, before I even met him, before I even found out he was a chiropractor, that she needed healing, that she needed assistance, as I do with you guys all the time. And, my healing abilities, I know that they're wanting to go to like a new level, because I've learned so much more. I've healed so much more. I've gotten alignment so much more with myself in new ways, and healing the trauma and healing the emotions. And so anyway, I felt guided to send her energy, and then I happened to run into her husband a couple days ago and found out he was a chiropractor, told him what I did, offered to send, a healing session remote. And I said, I don't know what it'd be. I'll just do it when I'm guided. So in that process, I was guided to do it yesterday afternoon. And at the time, I didn't realize that I was, connecting to like St. Francis. Hello, Earth. I didn't realize it was connecting to all of St. Francis's energy. So, and I do all the time, and Wayne's energy. And if you follow me, and that's why I want to celebrate his birthday today, because he's one of my mentors that really helped me be here, to help pass the torch to me, for me to help learn these skills and gifts of coming forth in a sense of like finding the real stillness and inner peace, I would say. So in the process of me sending that, I got this huge download. I had this huge healing session myself, because I'd also been in a little bit of a transition of like being, okay, like, well, what's next for me? And what am I to do next in this process? Because in this process, we're all going to new levels. So we're leaving behind things. And therefore, it's leaving us in the wilderness of like, what is next? What steps do we take now? Right. And so I've been asking the same thing, just like a lot of people out there. And if you've been asking that and looking for peace and direction in your purpose, in your mission, and finding peace and stillness, let me know. But in that, though, I basically really had a lot of dots connect doing that session. And I have thought about this before. I've said this to you guys before. I'm to heal in a bigger, broader way, but I wasn't sure how. And then it hit me, like, I need to be doing more of like a remote healing session, more of distance healing, more on a collective scale, more on a regular basis, more in a way that I can show up and share. And that's when it came to me about the unlocking this inner peace. And that's whenever, as I was putting together a donation page to start weekly sessions, where I basically, through the direction of St. Francis, was guided to create and help other people find more directions, heal their wounds and their unconscious blocks, their barriers, the things that's blocking them from moving forward, through a process of Reiki sessions, chakra clearing and healing. And that way people can find more strength and clarity and inner peace through this process of sharing this love, sharing this peace. Wouldn't it be great if we all had showed up more in a sense of peace? Because if we bring more peace into our daily life, our daily path, our daily walk, our daily selves, and we're no longer anxious and carry anxiety and worry about all these things, then when one changes, we all change, because it's all from harmony from the inside out, right? So that's why I want to invite you to join me in some weekly sessions that I'm going to start doing. And again, I'm launching it tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the first one I do in celebration of Dr. Wayne Dyer's birthday tomorrow. So I'm going to actually, and again, I didn't realize that until today, that it all aligned, that he was coming through, St. Francis was coming through, Unlocking Peace was coming through. I'm to do more healing coming through. I'm to do more remote healing and do it more on where it's more available and for everyone. And so it's basically once a week, I will be doing a healing session. You can sign up for one. You can get plugged into one through just a donation. And there's going to be a page or a link wherever you're at that you can learn more about that. But basically, it's going to entail me kind of connecting to the energy of St. Francis, the healing arts that I've done for 30 years, the guides and angels, and most importantly, your higher self. Because if you sign up for one, you have the opportunity when you do sign up and make that donation that you can request whatever you need to be requested. And to do that, then, I will be going and reviewing those. I will be holding space for those. I will be putting those in my Reiki box for you and being able to help you find more calmness, more stillness. And it'd be about a 30-minute session. And, there's some tips that I recommend that you do if you did want to be and participate in that healing session. And then and again, I do them weekly, but the first one I'm going to do is tomorrow. But again, you can find all the details and the recommendations in that link. And there's more information in there as well. But I really wanted to show up here today from a place of just love, honor, appreciation, gratitude, and honoring Wayne and honoring St. Francis and calling in some of that energy today. So if you're in need of this, you're in need of healing, you're in need of removing blocks, you're in need of, removing barriers and being able to even connect to more of your emotions from a standpoint of healing them, but feeling, transforming them from like a lower state of energy to a higher state of energy and shifting from fear to freedom. A lot of people are going through right now this sense of not feeling safe, secure, stable. And it all starts inside of you. And so from the inside out, it is so important to find the inner stillness that I mentioned and find that stillness, that peace in the midst of your own storm, whatever's going on in your life. Because there's nothing you can do on the outside of you that necessarily is going to fulfill what's on the inside of you, especially in the twin flame community that I work with. Western Canada. Okay, awesome. Welcome, Earth. But there's nothing outside of you that can give you that sense of inner peace that I'm talking about. And so one of the things, as I mentioned, if you're just tuning in, then we'll be doing weekly distance healing sessions for unlocking inner peace, helping to remove barriers, helping to gain clarity. And it's all through donation based that I was guided to do through the direction of St. Francis, through the direction of Wayne Dyer. And I'm here to honor his birthday being tomorrow on May 10th. And it was all aligning, and I had no clue that it was aligning until today. And that's why I felt, oh my gosh, I have to come on and kind of share this with people, just so you know the power that's behind it. And if you're needing, that sense of clarity, direction, inner peace, join me tomorrow. And you will do it, just to give you a heads up. It's not at a specific time we meet. I will be doing it at a specific time. And then, the directions that it gives you on the page that I mentioned is if you can enhance the opportunity if at 9 p.m. your time, you get still, you get quiet, you get connected, you go into a receiving mode. And my goal in this ultimately is also to create a community where we come together and create a space for healing, for peace, understanding, growth, so that way, the power of two is greater than one. And that way it brings even more clarity, even more strength, even more peace to the collective by doing that. And so again, starting tomorrow, Wednesday, May 10th, in celebration of Dr. Wayne Dyer's birthday, I'm going to be holding weekly healing sessions remotely to bring more peace, love, light into the world. And again, I invite you to join me. And I do want to kind of close here with the peace prayer. So, and this is in honor of, again, Wayne. And I don't know if any of you have heard of his book, that the Power of Intention. There's a spiritual solution to every problem. And that was built on the foundations of the peace prayer of St. Francis. And if you've not read that book and you are needing extra peace and connection, then I would highly recommend that you get that book, because it's really, really good. If you're having a problem, there's a spiritual solution to every problem will really help you. So you can hold space for just a minute, kind of connect the energy here and connect to the hearts of everyone here, the hearts of everyone that will be viewing this at a future date. And also, I just want to say, if you're on Instagram and you're looking for this link I'm talking about, it's in the link in my bio. So if you go into my bio on Instagram, the link will take you to where you can get the information I'm talking about to sign up for this through donation-based healing. There's a link there, or a button you can push once you get on my Linktree page. So, all right. So, Lord, Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, hope. Joy, I should say. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. And for it is in the giving that we receive, and it is the pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in the dying that we are born eternal life. Now, I want to say that's what this whole ascension rebirth is about. It's about the death of an old identity, the death of who we've been. And that's why we're really navigating in such a way that is putting us into a place of needing a sense of direction and guidance in the wilderness. Because in the wilderness, in this direction and guidance, it's about us becoming the creator of what we choose and desire, and about us learning within inside of us what that is to be for our personal path. And a lot of people have a lot of trouble taking direction or taking action, I should say, in the unknown. And that's what, if you're going through something that's kind of putting you or nudging you to taking direction into the unknown, make sure to let me know. I'd love to hear, and how you're navigating that as well. For me, it's about taking inspirational action. Just like today, this was not planned. I am here out of the goodness of my heart, out of love, and to celebrate Wayne Dyer's birthday, which is just, he's my 20 plus year spiritual mentor, and he's still mentoring me every day. So I send all you guys so much love, and I would love to, have you join in on the weekly, or, starting tomorrow, a donation-based healing session. So you can check out the link below, or in my bio on Instagram. And I look forward to learning more about everyone as I continue this journey in this love in action, that I'm here to really start to embody this in the community. Not just like I've been doing it 5D all over the world, helping people, and I was doing it before that in the community too, but I'm being called back to community, to go into the community to help others heal. To me, this felt like what I'm offering here for you to get plugged in to a healing session that I mentioned. And if you're just joining it, you'll find the link, more information about the link, a donation-based healing session. But I felt like that was what I was being guided to share in a bigger way. And that's why I wanted to show up and share it with you. So I send you so much love, light, and liberation. And if you always face your fears, you'll always find freedom. Namaste.